good evening. Sorry about that. I was typing in the chat room. It's 10 o'clock Eastern Time. It's now Jaded's show with Kim Ochelli. Just kind of switched seats and going to continue on the conversation with what we were talking about before, I guess. I was trying to answer something here in the chat room, and I totally missed my end of the intro there. Sorry about that. So I hope everybody's week was good. Mine was pretty good. I got a new couch today and a new stove. I was quite happy.
Well, neither one was new, but they're new to us.
It was new to me. And that's all that matters.
And you let Cujo in here. You know that, right?
I let who?
Alice.
Is she in the room?
Dumbass is right by my foot.
Oh, careful. She might start to suck your toe.
Yeah,
anyway.
If I'm lucky.
You were saying something about an autistic kid getting charged with a felony. How old is this kid?
Oh, apparently he's 9. He's 9.
How do I turn my volume up?
Oh, no, you don't do that. Why do you need your volume up?
Somebody's saying to turn my volume up a bit.
Oh, we're not loud enough?
Apparently not. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough.
No. You're okay.
All right. I'll get closer. Maybe I'm sitting too far back.
That could be.
How old is this kid?
9.
9?
Yeah.
And they're going to charge him with a felony?
You didn't see the clip.
What state is that in?
Oh, okay. Let's revamp this clip. Again,
that is some bullshit.
Again, thanks to Pigmon.
Well, you know what? Another kid got in trouble for talking about being a hobbit.
What?
Yeah, and he got in trouble in school. He was saying he had like a hobbit ring, a magic hobbit ring.
Okay.
And he got in big trouble.
So he had the one ring that ruled them all?
Yeah, and he got in trouble. And I think they suspended him or something. I don't know.
All right, hang on a second here. No, you gotta relax when I get this playing, because
what's that mean?
We're gonna talk over it if we talk at the same time. So you gotta kind of like let it play. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Let's see if we got it.
Misspelled bomb threat written in pencil on an elementary school bathroom wall. Well, the Upson County Sheriff's Department filed a felony charge of making a terroristic threat against a young student.
Well, our Fox 5 I-team found the child who was charged was a 9-year-old boy with autism. And his mother tells our senior I-team reporter, Dale Russell, that in this case, zero tolerance has just gone too far.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What do you have to say so far?
I think that's some serious bullshit. The zero tolerance, I thought, was supposed to be against bullying.
Bullying, weapons, everything.
But to me, that's not... An autistic child does not understand the consequences of their actions. And I think that needs to be taken into consideration. My son is autistic, and there have been several times where he beat the shit out of people in school, and they had to take into effect that he has no impulse control and is kind of on a lower maturity level. That all has to be taken into account. And to charge this kid who's only 9 years old with a felony, I would be fucking furious if I was that child's mother. I'll tell you right now.
Well, here, we're going to hear from the child's mother in a sec. What?
Well, how long is this? Because you know I get bored quick.
Not long. I'll cut it here and there so you can talk, all right?
All right.
That's what the mother and the stepfather believe, and the debate about this is on. We heard from hundreds of people on our own Facebook page, most questioning why a charge was filed against the boy. But the sheriff told us he can't take chances, and the boy promises he'll never do it again. Last December at Upson Lee Elementary School, a 9-year-old told a hall monitor he found a bomb threat. Written in the bathroom, second stall, behind the door, with a time 1 hour away.
I would love to see my grandchildren!
Shocking stories of school violence seem like an everyday occurrence today. No one takes chances. When the writing was discovered on the bathroom wall, Principal Shad Seymour followed county protocol and called 911 to alert the sheriff, and then evacuated his school.
What do you think so far?
This kid, I don't even think he realizes the scope of what he did.
Well, here, you're going to hear from the kid, too.
There were about 650 or so people between children and adults who had to be taken out into the cold so that we can investigate the bomb threat.
Upson County Sheriff Dan Kilgore says his deputies took no chances, swept the school, and decided to talk with the eyewitness again.
We've got to take every threat seriously.
The threat was written in pencil. Both bomb and threat were misspelled. And the child who said he found this quickly confessed that he actually wrote it. So the sheriff charged the 9-year-old with a felony, making terroristic threats. And did he know what he was doing?
He said that he did. He understood what a bomb was, and matter of fact, he described it in detail, and then apologized for making the threat.
Why did you write that?
I don't know.
Meet the face of terrorism in Upson County. Did you want to hurt anybody?
No, sir.
Tell me he doesn't look like a reject from like a Pugsley casting of the Addams Family movie.
Oh, that's not nice. He's a little boy.
But he does. Come on.
I understand them taking every threat serious, okay? But once you investigate it and you see where it's coming from, now it's a big difference if it's an autistic kid, and I'm going to go out here because I'll get yelled at, but I was considered, as I've said before, I was a stoner. I shouldn't say was, but you take the kids like from Columbine and you look at them. They look like, and I know you shouldn't judge things by how they look, but if those two kids came in and said they were going to blow up the school, which, you know, they did anyway, but you take this boy and you take boys like that, who are you going to be more afraid of? This little boy who's 9 years old, who's autistic, or these two that are all dressed in black wearing, you know, goth and emo attire? Yeah, I would be a little bit more afraid of them. Now, he's probably more than capable of doing so, but being the parent of an autistic child, I don't think that it's not a think, I know that a lot of them do not understand or have a grasp of the
gravity of the situation.
Right. I mean, to them, they see this shit on TV all the time.
Right.
So to them, it's like not a big deal. Right. And they're not capable of thinking further ahead that if they do this, and this could happen. Their brain can't do that. That charge better be dropped.
Well, let's see more about it.
You weren't going to build a bomb, were you?
No, sir, I don't know how to.
Jake Edwards is now 10, a 4th grader. He loves lizards.
We named him Jeffrey.
U.S. presidents, scouting, and his family, especially his mother. So much so, when a deputy asked him to write out a confession, he remembered it word for word.
I'm sorry for writing the bomb threat, and I should never do this again. Please do not take me away from my mom.
Jake knows he did something wrong. His mother, Kelly, thinks she knows why.
At the time, he didn't understand what he was doing.
Jake has been diagnosed with autism. She says he is impulsive, fixates, and has a poor concept of consequences. Okay. Kelly thinks Jake got the idea for the bomb threat a week earlier. She and Jake were picking up his stepbrother from middle school. A teacher told them someone had written a bomb threat on the bathroom wall. The school was evacuated. Kids were just hanging out. Kelly thinks Jake just wanted the kids at his school to have the same kind of fun.
Well, I'll put in something that my son did. A lot of times with autistic children, they designate a boss into a particular... They separate school and home. At least my son did. At school, his teacher was the boss. At home, Mommy was the boss. Well, when he saw both of us, his teacher and me, in the principal's office to go over something, he got so confused because I'm not supposed to be there. That's his place with his teacher. My place where I'm the boss is home. He picked up a chair and he threw it because he didn't know how to comprehend me sitting there in the school. I don't belong there. So I fully agree that I absolutely believe that he did not know exactly what it was that he was doing, and I believe that he thought that if he wrote this little note that all his schoolmates would be able to go outside for an hour and have a good time. I truly do not believe that he meant any harm out of that. I don't. Maybe I'm prejudiced because my son's autistic, but I know a lot of autistic children. I worked with them. They're not, an autistic child that is OCD and oppositional and, there's another one. I can't remember what it is now. ADHD. They're not looking to hurt anybody. They're very loving and caring little kids. They just don't have the impulse control, and they don't have the ability to process their actions, what the consequence is going to be. And to me, that's very sad. If that's what we're worried about, that's fucked up. I'm sorry, it's fucked up. How about the kid that brings in the switchblade with that's 6 inches long and is threatening to cut another student? To me, I'd be more worried about that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be zero tolerance on all that too nowadays.
Well, I think the zero tolerance got a little out of control. It did.
Well, zero tolerance for sexual commentary, zero tolerance for bullying, zero tolerance for,
Which goes to my thing of telling you before that all this bullshit has taken away the kid's ability to learn how to socialize properly, to learn conflict resolution, to learn how to speak to one another. Again, I understand when they're in school, it is the school's responsibility to keep the kids safe, but it starts at home. And that's that. Anywho.
Well, the pussification of America continues. So.
Yes, and Dominic is saying that they do not possess the skills to make the communication, and that is absolutely correct. The phone number, I'm sorry, you know what? Every time I come on, I forget the phone number. 718-717-8296. I'll type it in the chat room. I just, you know what? I assume you all know it, so I neglect to say it. 718-717-8296. There it is. That, I don't know. That bothers me a little bit. Because my son has done some things, and he's done some fucked up things. He really has in his time. And it all stems down to he is not capable of following through with his behavior. He doesn't know what the consequence is going to be, and he doesn't have impulse control. He does it and does not give thought of what's going to happen next. And he does not have the ability to control it.
Yeah, I understand.
So, what do you do for kids like that? Charge them with a fucking felony? Really? I don't think so. That's my opinion.
Well,
take it or leave it.
Well, you know what the counter argument is what are you supposed to do when it turns out that an autistic kid is the one who made the threat, right?
Yeah.
You got to do something. You can't just let that go completely unchecked.
No, everyone has to be, every single threat or disturbance, whatever, it should be investigated, absolutely. But I also don't think that a 5-year-old little boy should be suspended because he kissed the little girl next to him. That's not sexual harassment. He's 5.
Yeah, I love that. Kindergarten sexual
I don't see the kid tonguing the girl. Come on. He kissed the little girl on her cheek and, oh my God. What the fuck? I think it's gotten so blown out of proportion that kids just aren't allowed to be little kids anymore. That's that.
Yeah, well, political correctness has run amok.
Political correctness, that's a bunch of shit, too. Mm-hmm. That's completely taken away freedom of speech as far as I'm concerned. I think.
Well, it's given it the vilified, You can easily be vilified by making subjective statements, And I even showed you recently a couple of things where I was like, gee, this would never even fly today. Some of these old clips and things, about, well, I'll tell you what, we were watching Eddie Murphy, right?
Right.
Because I used to love the Eddie Murphy Delirious video. So we saw it on Netflix. I played it. And you can attest to the fact that I know it like word for word, but isn't it amazing the language that was in that?
Right.
I got rules. I got rules when I throw down. You know?
Well, that's true, right.
You know.
I think, Road Dogg is right, too. They lack empathy. They're not... See, I had a big problem with this, too, my big argument was, how can you teach empathy? I used to think either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, but all these... See, now, here's where I'm going to sound like the old man who's nuts. You know, and I think you need to scroll down on the chat.
Oh.
But, here's where, you know, I sound a little nuts because it's like I feel as though none of these kids have empathy anymore. They don't have the right context for it. And, of course, autistic kids are even more clueless about it. You know, from the fact that they're vaccine damaged or whatever. You know, I don't know. Are we that far behind?
Yeah, I am. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, back to it. You know, it's become one of these like untenable situations. I don't know what to say about it anymore because, I don't know what to bring up here.
Well, I used to think you couldn't teach empathy, but I have found that with my son, he shows empathy for people he really cares about.
Well, but see, that's the thing. Is
me, his girlfriend.
Then all you have to do is get him in touch with the idea that he needs to care about everybody.
Right. So, I mean, for me, again, I don't know. I think charging this kid with a felony is a little over the top. I really do.
A little over the top? It's ridiculous.
I'm being...
The reason why I pointed out he looks like Pugsley is because, you know...
But then it's not just autism. It's the autistic spectrum. So, you know, there's how many different diagnoses that fall under that umbrella. So, you know, my son is not full-blown autistic. He doesn't, you know, rock and flap and stuff like that. He goes to public school. He, you know, plays sports and stuff like that. So he's functional, but I don't know. I'm getting tired talking about that now.
All right, well, just roll the thing down.
Well, simply because, you know, there's not much more you can say other than I really hope they don't do that, because that would just be fucked up.
Well, they suspended him for 3 days to give him a felony charge, you know, and you can't let this stuff run rampant, but, I mean, it's getting to a point where, I mean, how many kids are autistic or on the spectrum now? I mean, they all...
A lot.
They're all going to be on there very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we keep vaccinating like they want to force us to do.
Well, I explained that too in another show that my son is Ryan. He's adopted, so I didn't have a say when they were giving the vaccinations.
When you were in the process, yeah.
And they gave him 6 or 8 at a time. That poor kid couldn't even straighten his legs out.
Right.
I mean, and I had to I couldn't work on the ambulance that night because he was so sick. Mm-hmm. So nope. None of that. Won't be having any of that. Not with Frankie.
No.
So, who we have? We have some new people in the chat room, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Schmutzy. Never heard of that person before.
Schmutzy.
Oh, it's because they're a coward and they won't use their real name. No need to be a coward on this show. I've always said I am open for anything, so put on the real name. No reason to be a coward.
Such a disturbing
Oh, shit,
statement.
what did I just do?
Just close that.
Oh.
It's okay.
Road Dogg's still here. Donic's still here. Honey Radiance is in. Hopper, Road Dogg, Maddie Clues. I don't know who that person is yet. And we got Banjovi. Cool. That's cool. Anywho, what else is going on? Anybody have anything fun they want us to talk about? Besides, you know, shaved beavers or... That was last week. Let's talk about shaved beavers.
Wasn't strip clubs last week, or was that?
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Oh no, last week was the one where we had technical issues.
Last week sucked,
and then we had baby issues on top of it.
It was just, you know what? I just wasn't good. Sometimes that happens.
But you know what? That's why I'm going to load up when I get this tech issue straightened out. When I get everything together, we're going to have it so that we can, you know, actually play prepared stuff, and it'll sound, as good or better than us while we're talking now.
I asked Liam to call in on
did?
Facebook. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to or not. Because he keeps sending me these Facebook messages that have to do with his book.
I had him on last week.
Yeah, he was on. Well, if anybody wants to call in and
Liam
pick
Chef
a topic.
Show. The Liam Chef Show, which is on Sundays.
It is?
Yeah, it's on Sundays on UCY, yes.
It's on Sunday in UCY. Yeah, anything you want to talk about. You don't have to be afraid to call into my show.
Now I have to get her to cut some promos, too, by the way. That's going to be fun.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because you have a show.
Oh, good Lord. That's not going to be good.
Just make 15 seconds,
You know what I like?
What's that?
Lollipops.
Lollipops.
Yeah.
We're really going to discuss lollipops?
Yeah.
What kind of lollipops?
I like the lollipops with the gum in the middle.
You like the ones with the gum, the
The
blow
charms.
Pops. The blow pops.
Blow pops. Yeah, I like blow pops.
I like blow pops.
I do. I don't like Tootsie Pops.
You don't like
I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
You don't like Tootsie Rolls?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I don't.
Just don't like them.
Not really.
What do
They
you
look
got?
like little pieces of turd.
What do you got against Tootsie Rolls, white lady?
Nothing.
You sure?
I just don't like them. I prefer a blow pop.
I bet you anything that somebody in the chat room can come up with a way to tie Tootsie Rolls to a Jewish conspiracy.
All right, I'll give it 3 minutes.
You give it 3 minutes, they'll give you the world. I promise you.
But,
It takes about 60 seconds for them to catch up to us. So.
Well, that's why I figured I give them like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it would be 60 and then, a couple minutes. And
Right, so I'll tell you what, guys, let's play this game. Tie Tootsie Rolls to a Jewish conspiracy. Go!
Nice. Blow pops. Yes, blow pops. I happen to like the cherry blow pop.
Cherry blow pops.
Yeah. Oh, sour apple's pretty good, too. My favorite candy, though, you know what they have out now?
What's
You know those Cadbury eggs with a little cream? I take it, I bite it, and I lick with my tongue, I lick the goo out of it.
I have always found those things disgusting.
Oh,
I can't eat them.
Oh, they're good.
They're just horrifying. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Who the hell dreamed that up anyway?
I don't know, but I cut it in half, like with my teeth.
Yeah.
I eat the one half, and I take my tongue and I swirl it around the chocolate and get the the cream out. Actually, I did that today in the car.
Oh.
Good thing I wasn't at a red light.
Man, oh man. I wasn't around for this, was I?
No. Do you know what happened one day, though? This is fucked up because this person doesn't even know me. I'm driving around in my minivan, right? How cool is that? And the window's open, and I'm at the stop sign, and this black woman across from me is in her white car with her window down. She drives past me and calls me a hussy. I'm like, bitch, I'm not a hussy. You don't even know me.
You know what? Somebody help me out with that. Is there some special meaning in the South to the word hussy?
She called me a hussy.
Because the only thing I can
You
think
couldn't
of-
even see. All you can see is, like, from whatever part this is
What were
above
you
my
wearing?
boobs. This and my black witchy coat.
Well, you weren't wearing this, because this is...
I had this today. This was today.
Today? You told me about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but it happened again.
Wait a minute. Different woman?
Yes.
You sure it was a different woman?
Well, no. I wouldn't bet my life on it.
But, I mean, you're pretty sure it was a different woman in a different spot, because the other time you said it happened a couple of blocks away.
Yeah, that happened that way.
Yeah.
Well, because they all can see.
Yeah,
it happened
right.
in...
Everybody sees where you're pointing, Kim,
Right,
so they know exactly what street you're talking about.
Exactly. It happened in one direction,
Uh-huh.
and then it happened in the other direction. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Is it because I'm a blue-eyed, blonde white woman in a black neighborhood? I'm a hussy? I don't want your man, honey. Let's clear the air right now. No, thank you. You can keep him.
No, you don't require the assistance of a black man. You already have an Italian. End of story.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Wow, that was not bad. I mean, that was not good. That was bad. Ha! Yep, hussy equals trampy-looking bitch I'd like to bang. But she was a girl. You mean she was a lesbian? Ew.
Well, this is but this is two different black women screaming it at you randomly, and I'm trying to figure out why, because we don't know anybody.
That's true. She just, you know what? She was just wishing.
Wishing what?
That she had blue eyes and blonde hair.
You think so?
She looked like an ape.
Oh my.
She did.
Okay.
Sorry if I offend anybody, but she did.
Well,
She did. She was all big and apey-like.
Well, the guy across the street looks like an ape, and he's Guatemalan.
No, the guy next to him walks like an ape.
Well, he walks like an ape.
What the hell is that?
Looks like an ape.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And then his girlfriend came out eating a banana. I nearly dropped dead.
We're living in. Yeah, I know. We're living in.
She's dating a black man. I mean, a Guatemalan. She's this big old fat black woman, and she came out of the house eating a banana. I lost it. I was like, wow, that's fucking classic right there.
he does look like a monkey. I kid you not.
What?
I kid you not. He looks like a monkey.
I kid you not. No, it's I shit you not.
Either way works.
Yes, I find that funny.
Well,
no doubt.
No doubt. Right. Thanks. You know, you and your freaking phraseology. You know, there was a joke for a little bit about needing an Ochelli to English dictionary. They're going to have to, change it to the Kim Ochelli to English dictionary now. Because they never finished mine, because I didn't say too many strange things.
Oh, wow. See, I'm going to have to respond to Joe Friday here, because he says a hussy, an impudent or immoral girl or woman. But they don't know that I'm immoral.
But that's
at all, because all she did was see me from across the road sitting in my van.
Wait. That is a textbook or dictionary definition. I am asking if there's special significance to it being uttered in the South. Because these people have no knowledge to ascribe any sort of behavior to you. You're not dressed slutty. You're not banging anybody in front of them. You're not acting salacious in any way.
I'm in my minivan.
You're in and not even
that's hot.
Not even a good-looking minivan. You're
I know,
dirty
that's
and beat
hot.
up and old. This minivan, barely running.
With my son in the back seat.
With the baby in the back seat.
How hussy can I be?
I'm trying to figure out why they would use the word hussy, because that's two different women on two completely different occasions.
Shit. That's all I'm going to say. How's that?
All right, no doubt.
Does that work?
No doubt.
No doubt. And I'm not owning it because I'm not a hussy. As far as I'm concerned. Apparently the opinion differs, but I'm not.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if there is a reason. See, because a hussy, in my understanding, would be...
a tramp.
A trampy chick. Yeah, like somebody who appears to be wanting to screw everybody or is screwing everybody is a hussy.
But don't they all think that white women want to bang their men? Isn't that the thing?
Well, no.
Because I can tell you right now...
No, their men all want to bang white women as far as I know. I don't know that it's the other way around. See, and now we're having a racially charged conversation, and nobody's jumping in. 718-717-8296.
Probably because they all agree.
Well, come on in and sound off then.
How? I don't know. That just kind of made me like, wow. You know, a puppy dog, when they don't understand something, or they're like kind of curious, and they tilt their head sideways and their ears go up.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt today.
See, but nobody bothers me when I'm out.
Because you're not a hussy. But apparently I'm a hussy.
What am I supposed to be?
I don't know. What do you want to be?
I don't know.
Give me some time. I'll think about that.
I never figured out what I wanted to be when I grew up anyway.
Word is out. All their monkey men are talking about you.
Wow. Who said that?
Hopper.
Nice.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, that's that bitch we saw in the Piggly Wiggly. That's what it was.
You getting tricky at the Piggly Wiggly?
I'm getting tricky. Oh, where is Vince around? Vince is back? Wow. He's been gone. Hecty's been gone a long time.
Yeah,
Did
I
he
saw
fall off
Hecty.
the planet?
I don't know. I saw Hecty Lenore in the chat room a little while ago, which is not, tech. So, but I haven't seen him in quite a while.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know. Probably busy.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking the other day, remember we were talking about the 80s one show? You know what band popped into my head today?
No. Oh,
Pet Shop Boys. West End Girls.
I will never forget Sam Kinnison's routine on that.
What?
You know what that was all about?
What?
Sam Kinnison.
I don't like him. He yells all the time.
He doesn't do nothing anymore. He's dead.
He is dead.
But, no, I loved his routine on the Pet Shop Boys.
I didn't hear it.
In brief, it all had to do with putting, gerbils in your ass,
Oh, delicious.
Gives a whole new meaning to the word pet shop. But you don't remember that trend of stories that were in the newspapers? Okay.
I think the neighbor that I used to live across the street from had a fetish.
Well, I knew people that worked in emergency rooms and stuff.
How do you get that fucking thing out? Do you have to kill it? Do you give him an
am
enema?
not an expert on this.
But what do you do? Isn't it like clawing the shit out of your asshole as it's coming out?
The idea, I think, is that they kind of like tape the legs down so that it just kind of wriggles in there.
Oh! God! How do you know that?
Because, as I said in my own defense, I knew people that worked in emergency rooms all up and down the shore. I used to have a thing. I often dated nurses and medical aides.
Here we go. Listening to this again.
And had nice EMS workers be nice to me and stuff.
That would be me.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn
So, but women that worked in the medical field, somehow I always gravitated toward them.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
so you say.
So some I dated, and some I had a stepfather who was worked in an emergency room.
So how do they get them out?
When they actually get stuck in there,
yeah,
they just sort of
die.
If they're dead in there and they got something stuck in there,
my God!
Basically, from what I understand, shoot them up with something to relax them a bit, and just kind of go in there with something that like a surgical pair of tongs and extract the deceased rodents from said colon, as I understand it. But the reason why I brought that up is because Sam Kinison said gives a whole new meaning to the band name Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, that is just foul.
And of course, they were quite that's when it was perfectly acceptable to make fun of gays too. So, because generally that's gay men who do that stuff.
Oh my God, that's gross.
Yeah, I mean most hetero guys are not looking to stuff rodents in their behinds.
I would hope not.
So
I would think it would scratch the shit out of you.
Well, I guess sometimes I don't know.
Do they declaw them before they stick them in there?
I didn't take. I didn't take a survey on the subject. I don't know exactly what the results would be.
That's going to be my new research.
You're going to do research on rodents and people's asses.
Yeah, why
not? Ugh. Okay.
Hey, you never know.
I'd love to see what your methodology is for conducting said research. I really would.
Well, I would just find a gay person and ask them.
Find one?
Well, no, and then I'd find another one, and then another one, and take a poll. You know what video is really cool?
Take a poll.
Take a poll, absolutely.
Take
a poll.
Poll.
I would. With me. I'd bring a poll with me.
Gotcha.
I got your sick humor. You're talking to me.
Poll.
Yes, you're talking to me.
Just like you're open.
I am. I'm open for anything. Who's eating bacon?
Have another beer, dear.
Somebody's eating bacon. I forgot to buy bacon for tomorrow. And the grocery store is closed at midnight. I mean at 10.
I wish Wendy was around. I would ask her who was it that made that song "Making Bacon," because that was a punk song, and I can't remember who did it.
Hopper's drinking triple tequilas. Holy crap! How you feeling, Hopper? You should call in my show. See, we have talked about a stripper pole, and I would put a stripper pole in the bedroom.
I'm not into it.
I know you're not, but I would do it. Why not? Hey, you know what? I will try just about anything once.
I wish I could translate to radio the look you just gave me.
What look is that?
I don't know how to describe it. Oh, this is what happened.
I really hope Hopper did not just call me a hussy, because we're going to have to go around.
well, 2 out of 2 black women agree.
No doubt. Oops,
No
there it
doubt.
is again.
Oh, God. Cringe, cringe. Cringe, 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 cringe.
I'm too old to change my ways.
Oh.
Too old.
Yeah.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
What?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, please.
That's all I said is, yeah, you are.
You act like I'm exhausting.
I didn't say anything. I just agreed with you. See, where did exhausting come into this?
I don't know. I might, after the show, walk down to the Kangaroo and get some bacon.
Oh, don't do that.
Why not?
It's going to be expensive as hell and probably just
It's probably old.
crap. And yeah, probably, from last year. At best.
Look, Hopper, everybody's telling you to call me. Come on now. Let's see how you sound after 2 or 3 triple tequilas.
718-717-8296.
I'll even put it in the chat room.
Go ahead and call in.
Whoops, I gotta click on it first, though.
See, we don't ask you to call in on this show. We dare you.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, what was that noise?
You're hitting the wrong stuff.
Oh my god.
Okay, there you go.
There it is.
It's okay.
I know. It's all good. Oh, everybody's popping it up there for him.
Nice.
Come on now.
Hey, Road Dog called in, and we had a fairly respectful conversation, although he said I'm totally uninformed and I don't know anything. So there you go. I even let him get away with that.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
What?
That you don't know anything.
No, well, I don't know anything about JFK.
You were talking to the wrong person. I don't know anything. It's true. I just, I flow with the breeze. You know why? Because I have my brain. Ooh, we got a call.
Okay.
My brain cannot wrap around.
Hold on.
I got it. Okay. Hello.
Hello. How you doing, Miss Kim?
Hey.
How you doing, Chuck?
Is this Hopper?
No, this is Gringo.
Hey. Hey, Cat. How are you?
I'm just fine. How y'all doing this evening?
Good. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking tequila myself also.
Very nice. Did you eat the...
Don Julio Anejo. Pretty good stuff.
Did you eat the worm yet?
No, that's mezcal. This is tequila.
Oh, see, I get confused. I ate the worm once. I got so sick. Yuck. What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, not a lot. I just heard y'all asking for callers. I figured I'd call in. I was fixing to go in there and make some grub, but the wife said she's fixing to make some cheese dip, so I get to hang out and listen a while longer.
That sounds good.
Gringo, man, let me tell you something. I love your voice.
Easy, Chuck.
No.
I'm bilingual. I said there's a difference.
No, hey. I'm not. See, here we go with this already. No, I love his voice. Listen to his voice, though.
Yeah.
That's intense. Like,
he's got a good radio voice.
If I was... Because...
Hey, I'll read for you anytime you need me to, man.
Listen to that.
Right. What state are you in?
I'm in Texas, down the Gulf Coast, a little south of Houston, almost to the beach.
Yep. He's got that southern...
See, now, what you're drinking right now is the reason why I don't remember my time in El Paso. I went through there, God, what year was that? I got to think back about this.
90?
Must have been like 90, no, not 93, 94. Maybe 96. I think I went through there. I think it was 96. And, man, the amount, like I was talking earlier about drinking all the time. For some reason, tell me why this is, by the way. How come the tequila seems stronger when you're in Texas?
I don't know, man. Good question. I don't drink a whole lot, very, very seldom, and but when I do, tequila, and now anymore, now I've gotten older, this top shelf tequila, boy, lots of it now, you don't even need the salt or the lime anymore. You can just drink straight by itself.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's why I like if I'm going to drink whiskey, I like the the single barrel stuff or the Gentleman Jack at this point instead of the old rot gut.
I'd be devastated if I drank that.
Oh, I love it.
No, but now, with a 20-year-old son around the house, the liquor just doesn't seem to stay around the house quite as long as it used to.
Wonder why.
Yeah.
Lost a little bit on the shelf life, huh?
Yeah, he learned that trick about getting a scratchy throat and a little cough and go take a little shot of whiskey, and, well, my whiskey just seems to evaporate.
Oh, I used to take the flask from my mother's boyfriend, and you couldn't see it because it was what was in it because it was stainless steel or whatever pewter. So I'd pour some out and I'd fill it with water. He got really pissed off at me one time.
Did you get caught?
Oh yeah, I got caught. He threw me out of my own house. He didn't even live there. It's like, damn, you don't live here. Oh well, it was fun. Yeah, fun times. What kind of cheese dip are you gonna have?
The wife's making her special cheese dip. She browns up some sausage, then mixes in some Rotel and Velveeta.
Roadkill?
Rotel. It's canned tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and green chilies.
Oh, forgive me. I thought you said roadkill.
That's
like
actually
we're not that Texan.
All right, cool. All right, that's good. That sounds like a pretty good dip. Now I need to have a snack because I've been drinking. What are you going to make me?
Thanks. What am I going to make you?
Yeah.
I can cook. If you want me to cook, I'll cook.
Can't cook?
I can cook.
Oh.
I know I'm missing a few teeth, excuse me, but I can cook.
How was your tacos the other night?
Oh, shoot. Tacos are always great around here. That's another thing the wife's specialty. She cooks a few things really good, and I cook the rest of the stuff.
What do you cook? What's your specialty?
Everything she doesn't cook.
Very cool.
I don't know. Shoot, I cook a little bit of everything. I used to cook on the boats, too. Before I started running boats, I used to cook on the boats, too. So I can cook a little bit of everything. And different people on the boats, you have to learn to cook different things. You learn different people's favorites. So sometimes offshore the trip, it's a mind game, and you got to do things to pick people's moods back up. And good meal is a good way to do it.
What kind of boat?
A snapper boat or commercial fishing boat. We go out and stay 7-10 days at a time and bring in fish to sell.
Very nice. What kind of fish do you usually get?
Well, I used to. I don't do that anymore.
Oh,
we go out and catch snapper, red snapper, and grouper, amberjack. The regulations just got to be so much and so heavy. That was just got to be impossible to make a living at it anymore.
Right. I used to go deep sea fishing all the time off the Jersey coast.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, one of the captains that I learned from that used to run a boat out of New Jersey, out of Sheepshead Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Sheepshead Bay? Is that New York?
Yeah, up in New York.
Okay.
And he found the Andrea Dory offshore there. He was one of the first captains to use shot ping sonar in order to fish with after the war,
Wow.
And after the cod fishing started on the decline up there, he came down here and got into snapper fishing.
Snapper's good eating, too.
Yeah, and, there's damn sure better fish out there to eat. After working out there so long, I had my pick. But one of the things about snapper, it's a good firm flesh and good shelf life.
Mm-hmm. I always had a hard time fluke fishing. I could never get the feel for that because it's so light on the bottom. I could never feel the fish grab it. I always liked the fighting fish, the bluefish.
Some that pulls and you know it.
Right. The bass, striped bass. We would do. We would also do that on surf fishing. We would do that.
Cool. I've never caught a striped bass. I've read about, watched them catch them on TV, of course, but I'd love to catch one. They seem to be some good hard fighters.
Oh, they're great. They're great fun. Tuna fishing is fun. I went on a party boat one time in Myrtle Beach. Oh, well, it was actually Murrells Inlet, and I kicked myself in the ass because I was the only woman on the boat, but then there was a little boy, and I figured it was his first fishing trip. I'll let him. They wanted me to take it, but I gave it to the little boy. He caught himself a damn swordfish.
Far out.
I was like, damn, that was going to be my fish. But I caught some dolphin off of Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet. That was cool. See, they're pretty.
Blue fishing to me, though, is just something to get drunk and do because it doesn't take a lot of skill.
No, you don't need skill, but it's fun to fight them.
It's kind of fun to fight them, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I was out there on those boats sometimes in Jersey, and it was like, this is, like, these fish are so damn stupid.
and see, down here, we have bluefish in the Gulf here, too. They don't get quite as big as y'all's up there, but we have them down here, too. But we don't eat them. We just cut them up for bait.
Yeah,
they're damn good bait.
The baby snapper are good, though.
Well, this captain I used to work with, I mean, he used to catch bluefish also. We used to catch them by the trash can fulls. Marcus made $100 a day, and that was damn good money back then. Yeah, but hell, we always just cut them up for bait. I've never eaten one.
Yeah, they're a little oily.
Yeah.
They have that aftertaste that's not so good.
Yeah, you got to really you got to really work with them if you actually decide to cook them. I mean, if you're gonna like pan fry them or something like that, you better like.
And they just have a very oily meat, and it's like brown. I don't know.
That's what makes them such good damn bait.
Oh yeah, nice and oily.
Yeah.
And I used to go clamming too. That was fun. The only problem I had though is I can't wear the special shoes that you're supposed to wear. So I would go barefoot, and you know how many times a crab has bitten my toes? But clamming is fun, because you actually have to reach down there and pull it out, and you never know what you're going to get.
I don't know. I knew those guys that worked like out of, what was it, the Heights, the Atlantic Highlands.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Highlands, in that area, they used to do the
Sandy Hook is some good fishing.
Sandy Hook is a disaster. And that's not Connecticut Sandy Hook either. There's a little island off the coast of Jersey called Sandy Hook.
It was good fishing there, though.
Yeah. And
I caught a few eels there. I don't know. I've done all kinds of...
You did more fishing than I did.
Well, I had a boat.
You had a boat at one point.
I knew you.
So which one of you is going to take Frankie fishing first?
That would be me.
Yeah.
I'll teach him.
As long as he goes fishing, it doesn't matter. One of you's got to take him.
Oh, yeah. Even if it's just at the lake, around the corner where you catch... I don't really like the... I'm not a big freshwater. I don't like that. It's fun, but I don't know. I prefer saltwater fishing. So I'll have to take him to the ocean when he's bigger. I'll take him on a party boat.
She'll be teaching him how to feed himself. I'll be teaching him how to defend himself.
Good enough. I used to work on party boats too, and I tell you, the kids, man, anybody that's never been before, anybody a first timer, that was always my favorite. Seemed like they could always appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the old timers we take all the time, they get kind of spoiled. You go out there and just catch the hell out of them every time, and well, not every time. That's why they call it fishing and not catching.
Right.
And you take a first timer out there, and they might not catch a limit, but they just be stoked, and more so than an old timer that caught their limit. So I always like taking the first timer and the kids for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kids even get excited when they almost caught a fish.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I almost got it,
I used to go up also to Lake Ontario and do salmon fishing. That was fun.
Oh, far out.
That was fun. I haven't been for a while, but once Frankie's a little older, I'll get back into it.
Heck yeah. Kids will change your life, I guarantee you.
Yeah, I did all that with my kids, and they're grown now. I used to take them around the corner to the lake, and they would catch, like the sunnies, and their eyes would just light up because there's this live thing on, but of course they were afraid to touch it and take it off the hook, and I don't want to put the worm on. I'm like, well, you want to catch a fish, you better learn how to put that worm on that hook, because I'm not doing it. I'll do it for you one time and show you how to do it, but you're going to figure it out. And they did, and they would catch. They caught their sunnies, and, can we keep it? No. They want to put it in the fish tank. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it doesn't work out well.
Put it back so it grows and we can catch it again. And then we'd go crabbing, too. That was fun. We would always use drop lines. That was kind of fun. I caught, this is funny, because, I always have to talk about sex. I caught 2 crabs that were mating on one hook, on one drop line. I had to let them go.
If you're going to go, that's the way to go, I guess.
Well, I let them go. I figured, I wouldn't want to be interrupted that way, so I put them back in the bay. Let them finish their business.
I caught a rather large bluefish one time, already with a huge bite out of it.
Ooh. They're rough fish.
They bite each other.
Yeah. But the baby snappers, they're not bad to eat. I used to put them, I gut them, and then put them in one of those grill baskets.
Okay.
And you grill them, and you just eat the meat out of. You don't eat the skin and all that shit.
I don't know. With snapper, I used to catch and release with them. Like,
I'm talking about bluefish, not snapper. I'm sorry.
Well, with snapper, I would just catch them.
But I think that's what the baby bluefish are called, or baby snappers. Well, I thought.
Yeah, basically, right?
I think so. Now I'm confused.
I believe you're right. I believe that they do call baby bluefish snappers. I believe you're right.
Go snapper fishing. That was fun. You always have to do that, though, like towards the end of August, at least up the Jersey coast. That's when it was good.
Yeah, right.
That was fun.
Saying, you could go to like Shark River even and catch them there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The inlet. And I have no idea why they ever called that place Shark River either.
I don't know. I was on a party boat once. I was the only girl on it. I won the pool, and the that's when I told you the captain gave me a hard time because I won, I don't know, about $280 in the pool.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I had the biggest blue that night, and I gave him, I won $280, and I gave the mate, I split it, I gave him $140. And the captain came screaming at me off the boat that he didn't get enough tip. And the one guy, there was a work trip, people from work. And the one guy got all up in the captain's face and said, the lady gave your mate half of her winnings. And we all pitched in too. And if he didn't get enough of a tip, then maybe you need to pay him more. How much more was I supposed to give?
That was more than enough.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you. I used to work on a party boat. I was a mate on a party boat, first mate on a party boat, and it holds 70 customers. Mm-hmm. And if I could just get everybody to throw $5 in the tip jug at the end of the day, I was a happy man.
Right.
But, and some days chicken, some days feathers. Some days we get $10 a head. Some days you wouldn't get $3 a head, But if I could just get $5 a head, I was a happy camper.
Mm-hmm. Well, I figured, I went in there with nothing. I walked out with that, so I'll give the guy half. Right. And he didn't really have to help me. I know what I'm doing. He was helping other people who, never went fishing before, but I thought that was a fair thing to do. I give him half, and the captain came out screaming and hollering. I was like, you know what, dude? If we ever do this again, it's not going to be on your boat. It was out of Belmar.
It wasn't one of the Miss Belmars, was it?
Yeah, it was. The guy was an asshole.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway.
We used to have party boats that operated out of Freeport here, close to where I live, that I worked on, and with all the regulations and everything, they're all gone. All the owners sold out, and there's no more party boats. There's still some smaller charter boats here, 6 and 12 passenger boats, but no big 70 passenger, 100 passenger boats anymore.
Did you guys suffer from the BP spill?
No, that didn't affect us any. They did put some workers down here. They had about 10 guys running down the beach in their little suits and life jackets on and shovels, and there wasn't shit that washed up. It was a joke, just a money play on this side.
Okay. I was wondering about that. I didn't know how far that actually went.
Those poor people over Louisiana got hammered with it pretty good, of course, but even now they're rebounding pretty good, and But this side of the Gulf didn't get hammered. You know, and of course that correction they put in there, there's nothing good about that. But that's an awful big ocean out there too. You know, son of a gun. It wasn't a disaster. I mean, not that it wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't the one that it was played up to be. That's for sure. I don't think so anyway. My mom worked for a company that she worked on the spill response. I mean, not out in the beach. She worked in an office, but you know, all this talk I hear about, all these people were just dropping dead and getting sick right and left. She's off working a job with a bunch of those same people right now that she worked with in Florida. And I've asked her from time to time since then, hey, have you heard anybody of these people getting sick? Because she's been on other jobs with them, and none of them. And a bunch of them ones, the workers that she keeps time for, are all the ones who are out on the beach. So, wow. I mean, and not all of them. I mean, they hired a bunch of workers there too, but a bunch of the supervisors and foremen and stuff are all the same guys.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like years ago, I laugh at that whole Exxon Valdez thing, because in the very same year, there were like 10, 12 bigger oil spills and a whole bunch of them that were almost the same damn size all over the planet. You know, that's just the one that got the press. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's one Greenpeace decided to protest on the loudest.
Right. But there was plenty of them all over the place. I mean, and I'm not saying oil spills are a good thing. It's, you know, or you know, gee, it doesn't matter because there was 10 more. It's just, there was something like 100 different spills of significance in the same year.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, that's another thing. You know, when all this happened, when I was a kid growing up, going to the beach all the time, we used to have to watch out for tar balls all the time because of that big oil spill that happened down off the coast of Mexico. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, for the next 10 years, that stuff washed up. You know, there'd be tar balls washing on shore, tar balls washing. Every time you went to the beach, you had to carry lighter fluid with you or charcoal starter fluid with you to wash the tar off your feet before you got back in the car.
Oh,
and
wow.
Plenty of cars got ruined from tar getting ground in the carpet.
Oh.
You know, and tar getting on the cars when you drive over it, you know. But so that's one thing that this has prevented, you know, that correction did prevent. All that shit ain't washing up on the beach now. You know, not that they just didn't bury a bunch of it. I'm convinced they buried a bunch of it on the beach, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure of that. One good storm comes on and...
Well, you know, God help you, what the hell else can wash up in Louisiana at this point?
You know, son of a gun, man. These chemical plants up and down this coastline here, there's plenty of bad stuff. All the bad stuff they crack out of the oil when they refine it, that's the stuff that's left. And believe me, there's plenty of that gets put in the waterways and shit, too. So that ain't the only bad thing going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, see, but that's always my point about this stuff is, you know, when you know, you look at the one supposedly big event, you know, and people scream about it and they latch onto it really, really big and bad. Sometimes it makes me question, you know, are they keeping us just kind of focused on that so we don't look at the greater picture, which is a whole lot of other, you know, like for instance, the quick for instance would be like I said with the Exxon thing, right? In that same year, there was millions of gallons spilled all over the place. And it happens every year, you know? But that was the big event, right?
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes I wonder if it ain't all a big distraction in a way, too, you know? Son of a gun. And also, I mean, it was a way of crippling the whole Gulf seafood industry. I mean, heck, wasn't nobody wanting to eat Gulf seafood for a long time there. And hell, even now, there's still people refusing to.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I stopped eating seafood almost altogether because of the contamination, just the overwhelming evidence of contamination from all over the planet at this point. You know, I mean, there are some people that scream at me that Fukushima is the biggest thing in the world, and I can understand that. It is a big thing. But, you know, we've been spreading this radiological shit all over the planet.
Hell, how many bombs do they pop out there in the middle of the Pacific?
Well, Well, the middle of the Pacific in our deserts here. I mean,
yeah, son of a gun. And I'm no nuclear expert or anything, but I know it decays. It steadily decays. And hell, that's even a bigger ocean. Son of a gun. I mean, and not that that's a good thing. Like I say, it's not that it's a good thing going on, but that's part of the price we pay for all this damn progress, I guess.
Yeah, progress, right? But that's what the thing is, though. It's like, and yeah, it decays. But how long does it take to decay? And it's only been around for 70 years, And I don't think any of it's got a 70-year shelf life. So, it seems to me like the open air testing, the underground testing, the stuff that they did in the oceans, the Fukushimas, the 3 Mile Eye. You start to add all that together, it's a big old surprise that all of us don't glow in the damn dark.
Yeah, and as far as, eating seafood, after working on the boats, I'm real picky. Heck, I go fishing. I'll eat fish when I go out every now and then, and usually it's a small mom-and-pop cafe somewhere, or shrimp, at a small mom-and-pop cafe, but I'm real picky about my seafood, too. And by the way, while we're on seafood, tilapia, that's a big fish, boy, popular fish all across the nation now, all across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat imported tilapia. Tilapia, they can live on sewage, and in some countries they do. So don't eat imported tilapia.
Well, and people say that about clams too, but they're natural filtration. They grow best in, if you plant clams in sewage, they grow pretty well. You know what I mean? You take them, I forget what they call that process, but they actually take them out and put them into another place to clean out. You know?
Well, they're definitely filter feeders. The EPA here, here's a little story about this area. The EPA came down and went around all the shipyards here and put baby oyster spat, I think they call them, around all the shipyards in the area. And they wanted to come back and test these oysters later on, because they are filter feeders, to find out what these shipyards are releasing.
Okay.
Well, all the oysters died. And we have one shipyard left, and it had to move. It's in a new location. One of those old shipyards is now a Superfund site.
Superfund, there's another joke. The Superfund to get nothing done.
All it is a big fence around it, and nobody can build on it now. That's all that means. Ain't nobody cleaning the damn thing up over there.
Yeah. The cleanup sites for Superfund, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Not to change the subject, but maybe so. Kim, you mentioned a while back something about wanting to buy a pistol or get a pistol.
Hang on just a second, because she doesn't have her headphones on.
Caught her slipping.
Yep, you caught her slipping there just real quick.
All
there
right.
you go.
There we go.
Now, yeah, you were talking about wanting to buy a weapon.
Oh, yeah, actually, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Are the laws are you able to have a handgun there?
Absolutely.
Well, shoot, of course this is Hammy's area of expertise, not mine, but Hammy and I have discussed this before. Heck, a 22 is nothing wrong with a 22 for keeping your purse if it's something you want to keep on you at all times, because the one that you have on you, that's the one that's going to save you.
Right.
The one that you will carry, that big heavy son of a gun that, yeah, it's nice and it's fun to shoot and everything, but it's just too damn big and heavy to put in the purse. You're never going to carry it. It's a little light one that you will carry, that you will have on you when you need it.
Yeah, a big one's just, not practical to be carrying around in my car with my son. It'd take too long to pull that out and pull the trigger, but a small handgun will do the trick if I need to take care of myself. No problem with that. In fact, some of the pawn shops around here sell guns. Don't you need a permit, though, before you can go there and buy one?
Well, here we don't. Here you can walk in and, of course they do the background check on you, but you can walk out with it as soon as the background check clears.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I'll have to look into that then. I don't know I'm not completely familiar with the rules. I know we had to have an officer come here for an incident that happened back in May, and he pretty much told us if they come up on your property, you can shoot them. And you know what? I'll blow them away. Come anywhere near my family, I'll kill you. It's that simple.
Well, it really is that simple, and you got to look out after yourself. Look out for number one in the end. That's what it all comes down to.
Yes,
right.
The reality.
And I'll take my son to shooting ranges, and my father did that with me when I was a kid, and I'll take him and teach him how to shoot different guns, and we'll, blow away some beer cans and some bottles and whatnot, and just get him comfortable with handling a gun, and he'll know how to shoot better than probably some grown-ups who've never even bothered to try. That's the goal, though, is to, because like I've said before on the air, I'm not a first-time parent. My children are older, my other children, but at 44 years old, you see things differently than you did when you were 20. And I may not be around when he's 20 years old. And I'd like him to be able to take care of himself because Mama's not going to be here to do it for you. Like I am for the other ones who are grown. I'm still here. When he's grown, I may not be here. I don't know. He's got to learn how to take care of himself and defend himself and take care of his family when he has one. And whatever means that is, I'll make sure it happens.
Most certainly. Well, hey, I enjoyed talking to you guys, and the wife just poked her head in, said the cheese dip's ready.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna duck out of here. Enjoyed the call, and I'll be back in here listening shortly.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right,
See
enjoy that.
Thank you.
Take care, gang.
You too.
See, now that's nice. And again, right? You got a caller I never get.
Are you gonna switch seats with me? Can I have my chair back?
Yeah, you can have your chair back. I just took it because
I had to pee.
You had to do your thing. Okay, well, there you go. I wasn't going to say that. You did, so there you go.
Because it's my shit.
There you go.
But anyway, yeah. I used to love eating like shrimp and all that, but I'm afraid to. I really am.
Well, see, that's what I was just talking to him about, and he was saying don't eat tilapia.
Why?
Because it's and don't eat imported tilapia specifically.
Oh, hell no.
Because it's like it feeds on sewage.
Ew.
So,
for real?
Yeah, well, and then I was saying that, I don't know, clams are another thing that do well in sewage, believe it or not, but they usually have to take them out because they're a filtering type eater. They usually have to take them out and put them someplace else after they've grown, because they grow really well in sewage.
Mm-hmm.
You get to know stuff about your food, and all of a sudden you don't want to eat your food.
Well, I'll tell you what, I get scared going to restaurants. I used to work in one. Don't piss those people off.
Well, that's a whole other issue.
It's not because of what's in the food. It's what they've done to it before they give it to you. Ew, no. I saw something. I said, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, we can. Costs money. I said, I'm never eating in this establishment. You're out of your fucking mind.
So, anybody else that wants to join us, by the way...
Oh, can I say the number? Because I remember it.
Go right ahead.
718-717-8296. We can have a conversation about anything.
That's true. Or if you feel like joining us via Skype, you just have to be on the Charles.Ochelli Skype list. And you request it, I'll put you in. Like I said on my show... I'll be more than happy to add you. I may quickly remove you from the list if you do crazy stuff. Like I've gotten some crazy Skype in things. You've seen that. Where, it's like some woman asking me, am I looking for a good time and all that.
Cool. On the radio?
Who the hell? No, not on the radio. Just like Skype request, and I take them all, right?
Oh, the one? Oh, my God. That one was so crazy. My dad's not home. You want to come over? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like...
How old are you? Was she like 10?
I don't know. I didn't bother with the discussion. I just went block, remove, thank you.
That's some shit.
Well, because my dad's not home.
See, now I'm going to go out on the limb.
Sounds like
What?
That to me sounds like somebody is like a Fed or something trolling for
Oh,
pedophiles.
no doubt, probably, but
I'm only 14. Come on over.
Yeah, right.
Next thing you know, you're on Dateline NBC or whatever the hell that show was.
When they have the cameras.
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, that's just wrong. But I will defend the men in this particular instance, where there's a difference, I think, between a full-blown perv and a guy that does not realize how old the girl is. When I was 12, I looked 19. I could go and pick up a 20-year-old man without a problem. Now, it's not fair to that man.
It's a microwave ovens, I'm telling you.
It's not fair. And why should you be labeled as a sex offender when, first of all, let's not go 12. Let's say 15. And somehow she gets into a bar, right? Mm-hmm. And sits next to a guy, and he starts buying her drinks, and she leaves with him. And, I won't get too graphic, but what's done is done. He should not be considered a sexual, what is that word?
Predator?
No.
Pedophile?
Where they put you on that list.
Oh, the sex offender register.
Yeah,
registered sex offender.
He should, absolutely not.
No kidding.
And I don't think it's fair that happens to men. What are you supposed to card a girl every single time you get,
Apparently, yes.
Well, that's not right, and that's another rule that should be changed. That's wrong.
Why do I think there's some? What is this?
What's what?
That
Chuck didn't want to hear that.
Chuck didn't want to hear what?
I don't know. Van Jovi, clarify what Chuck didn't want to hear. Oh, that I could go to a bar at 12 and pick up a 19-year-old, 20-year-old?
No, if anybody doesn't want to hear about somebody's past, it is her not wanting to hear about mine.
Pretty much no.
Let's leave that
be. No doubt. How's that?
No doubt. Oh, God. Wretch.
No can do.
Wretch. Okay.
But I don't think it's fair.
No, I don't either. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
Those little hussies.
You know what I'm disappointed with is that Wendy has not decided to call in on this show.
She's not even in the chat room.
No, but she never has made it for this show. She said when you first got your show that she would. And then I haven't...
It's no big deal.
Haven't seen her. I saw her the other morning in chat during Jules' show.
Isn't she on Jules' show?
Well, she wasn't that day. I don't know what's going on.
You know what? It's all good.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't like I talk about sex.
Who knows?
Well, sex is good.
See, I'm too far back from the monitor because I see my name popping up.
Somebody's laughed. Somebody said, Hopper said, LOL, Chuck.
Yeah, well.
And then Road Dog said, pick me up. You wouldn't want me now.
Could you handle it?
Oh, yeah, you
could. Could you handle it or afford it, Road Dog? These are the questions.
There you go. I'm 100% proof.
And besides, you're a hussy anyway.
That's right. I forgot. I'm a hussy.
2 out of 2 black women agree.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Should I put that as like my new post on Facebook?
I think so.
What's your occupation? Hussy.
2 out of 2 black women
That'd be
agree.
cool.
I'm telling you, it's like
4
out of 5 dentists agree.
Oh, this is what I wanted to talk. No, I'm not a Scorpio. I am a Cancer. My birthday is July 22nd. They want you to talk about the strippers. You can talk about it on your own damn show where I'm not listening. I want to hear about that
What do you want to hear about strippers?
Not now. My show. Ding, 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 ding. That bell went off but quick, too. Oh, remember when I was this is what I wanted to tell you guys. This is some fucked up shit. Ready? I went to the Family Dollar.
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
You remember?
Oh,
but
wow.
something before that was fucked up, too, and I don't remember what it was. I'm standing there in line. There was like, I don't know, 5 people in front of me, right? And 1 register was open. And I don't care. I got nowhere to go. So I'm standing in line waiting. And this little black girl comes like walking up to the register and said, my mama said I need a key for the bathroom. So the cashier said to her, well, I have to open the door for you. You have to wait a minute. Because apparently they've had to lock the door because of thefts and whatnot. So
it would be kind of irrelevant that she's black, though, because I think you're the only white person in that store over there.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, probably. Well, anyway.
Sorry,
I'm trying to give them the full
I'm
visual.
sorry, I'm trying to set the mood. Well, I'm setting the total mood is everybody else is black except you.
Well, the cashier wasn't either, though.
Oh, okay. That's a shock.
Or the manager.
That's still a shock.
Yeah, it is. So, full on, standing in the line, waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's my turn. There's nobody behind me. And I told the cashier, you can go open the bathroom door. And she's like, no, they can wait. So all of a sudden, the manager comes cursing his head off, worse than me, from the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this mother let the little girl pee on the floor like a dog. And they left.
No, wait. She let her pee on the floor? Or she just peed on the floor?
No, she apparently the manager said, this is what the manager said. That fucking woman let her fucking kid piss on my fucking floor like a fucking dog. Just like that. And meanwhile, I'm the only one in the store, so, I'm not going to get offended by the word fuck, because I say it more than most people. And I'm standing there, I was like, damn, that's rich right there, right? So he goes outside with his cell phone, he clips a picture over their tag, and I guess he was going to call the police. I don't know what he's going to do. But I'm thinking to myself, damn, now if my kid peed on the floor, I would have to volunteer to clean that up. Could you tell me where the mop is? Because you know what? I'll take care of this.
Yeah, but the kid would have had an accident in your case. I mean, you're telling me that this woman was like, no, drop your drawers and just pee there.
Well, the guy said he let her pee on the floor like a dog, so how do you picture that?
Well, I'm just
wondering. Did she, drop trow and start peeing, or did she just spread eagle? What'd she do? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, but the guy said peed on the door peed on the floor like a fucking dog. I was like, oh, wow.
So, Miss Kim, you were actually not firsthand a witness to the urination.
You called me Miss Kim? You've been in the South too long.
I'm playing here a role.
Oh.
I'm trying to do something that I think is funny.
Carry on.
No. Anyway. Miss Kimberly,
something else happened too that was screwed up.
It is your testimony that you did not actually see the public urination in question.
No.
Okay.
No, I did not.
That's what I was trying to get out.
I didn't.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, that's messed up. This poor guy's got to go back there and clean up piss.
What's wrong with
And I said to him, better you than me.
What's wrong with America?
There was something else, too, that happened bad that day. It was like 2 things in a row. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to get home. I can't remember what the other one was.
Something else?
It was weird. Something really weird.
Well, there was something about a guy approaching you in the one store when you had Frankie with you. For some reason.
I don't recall.
I don't know.
You mean showing me, like, little shoes? Oh, Frankie didn't like him. He got scared. He was a black man. He got scared and he started to cry. He tried to give him some shoes. I said, I can pretty much well afford to buy my kids some shoes. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You have a nice day.
That was weird.
It was something else weird, but I couldn't believe that. I was like, do you people have no couth?
Couth?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was like, wow. And that poor manager had to go get the mop and the bucket and clean that shit up.
And that's not just a one-time swipe job neither, because now you gotta dump the bucket. You gotta get the piss smell out of there.
Hopper can't understand how us two can even live here. I wonder that too. It's entertaining.
It's called no options.
No doubt. Oh,
there it goes again.
Whoops. Well, it's true. That's funny.
If we were to label this one,
the No Doubt Show,
it would be the No Doubt Show.
Certain things you can't. They're stuck. Like remember when we were kids? Like the sayings would be like, "Oh, I got a book," right? When you were leaving somewhere, I got a book. I'm bailing.
Slang has evolved and shifted and ebbed and flowed over the generations. We are all aware of this. There's no need to be hip or cool or tuned in any longer. But
I like that saying. All right, I'm bailing. See ya. That was more like a stoner thing, though. Oh, well, that's part of your kid said shit like that.
Kind of
the real proper kid said, "I have to go home for curfew."
Kind of a rock.
Fuck curfew.
Rock thing.
That was my saying. Hopper offered to let's move into our RV, his RV. Does it move? Does it start and drive? Because if that's the case, I'll take you up on it. I want to travel the country. Delnick has Tourette's, so he won't call in. You can call in. I won't make fun of you.
Who's got Tourette's?
I'm a very loving person.
Who's got Tourette's?
Non-judgmental. Oh, I don't know. Somebody in the chat room. Non-judgmental. I love everybody.
I haven't talked to somebody with Tourette's syndrome in probably 20 years.
I watched a show about that where they were putting some kind of... Oh, see, now I go and talk about it and I can't remember what it was. I hate when that happens. God damn it.
What, the electroshock therapy
Yeah, thing? Into that girl. And it seemed to work. Oof. Oh, they both do. What town are you in there, Hopper? What state? I'd love to... That was my dream. When I retired, I wanted to rent an RV and go to all the beautiful states I never got to see. Like Montana and Colorado and Wyoming. All up there, big sky country.
Well, we might get to see Colorado.
Yeah, we might get to see California, too. Colorado? Why would we go to Colorado?
Well,
TLV?
Because... Yeah, right.
Oh.
That community that's popping up is going to be driven by him.
Well, see, here's the problem with that. I have a hard time following rules. Are there rules there?
Well, of course, basically you gotta be there in order to participate in the situation.
Is it like a Waco type thing, where it's like a commune?
It's not that. No, it's not. No.
Because that would be bad for me.
No, can you imagine me going? Yes, God, what was that guy's real name? I'm trying to think. Vernon. Can you imagine me following a guy named Vernon with aviator freaking glasses on? David Koresh's real first name was Vernon, whatever the hell. Can you imagine me going, yes, we're going to follow this one guy who says he's Jesus? Think about that. Do you think?
No, it wouldn't work out too good. We'd get thrown out in about 20 minutes because I'd say, fuck you, and they'd say, all right, leave.
Something like that.
Something like that. Or they'd know I was a hussy and they'd kick me out.
They'd leave with an H drawn on your forehead in blood.
An H? Oh, for hussy?
For hussy.
Cool.
Like the scarlet A.
Should I tell the chat room what I want to give lessons in?
It's your show.
That's probably not a good idea.
It's your show.
I bet you I can make a lot of money. I could.
See, I don't think so because
I do, because not all women know how to do it.
No, but regardless of that, they all think they do, or they all think that regardless of what they do, it's still enough of a privilege that...
Please. Before we go any further, if the chat room, the people who are in there, if you can just, in the little message thing, put M or F, so I know if you're a male or a female.
Oh, yeah, this was a debate before.
That would work out well, because then I'll know if I could say what I want to say. I think I would piss off a lot of females. I bet you.
I can piss them off more than you.
I doubt it. If I say what I want to... Never mind.
What you want to give lessons in?
Yeah.
And again, it's because there's a female ego problem there, is that most think that they... bestow the privilege and they're doing a good thing when they, something still done badly is still done badly regardless of what it's supposed to be.
Alright, so we got male, Hopper's male with female. Well, hopefully she won't get angry.
Mm.
Nope, not pole dancing. There we go. We got... We got all kinds of men. All right.
Mostly that's
I
what
find
listens.
that
Mostly that's what listens to this network is men. Just so you know.
most women don't like me, which is fine because I don't like most women.
Oh, you're going with this. Okay.
Well, briefly. Simply because I find them, most of them. Now, there's a few that I have met that aren't that way. But you know what? I don't give a shit where you bought your sweater. I don't care.
Mm.
I find most women to be very petty, very little girl-like with the drama.
Mm-hmm.
I have always had male friends because it's just easier. Look at the bullshit that I'm going through at work with a girl that used to work there. Road Dog's got it right. The girl that used to work where I work works 2 doors down, and she calls one of the people that works where I work, but not in that office, just with the company in another office, and reports to her what the fuck I'm doing every day. What? I'm sorry. Am I that interesting that you need to call and report what I'm doing? That takes balls, number one. And I'm going to tell you what. If I ever leave there, I'm going to call that bitch out, and I'm going to do it in front of her boss, and I'm going to make... She hasn't dealt with a northern girl yet. All these little southern ladies, they're all polite and, oh, bless your heart. You know what bless your heart means? Bless your heart means fuck you. That's what that means.
Well, that's why I was asking for the translation on hussy, because bless your heart to me doesn't necessarily sound like that, but apparently that's what it means now.
No, it's given southern women the ability to say fuck you in a polite way. Well, us Jersey girls, we're not polite. I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
Don't bother with the middle.
Period.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to call her shit out on that one, too. When I leave, I'm going to say, what in the world would possess you to call up so-and-so and tell her what I do every day? I leave the office to come home and feed our neighbor, right? Mm-hmm. That's been called about. That's my fucking lunch hour, okay? She calls up and says, oh, she just left for a minute. You know where I went? To the damn mailbox to check the mail. And then the one time when there was no air conditioning in the building, I sat out in the back with the door open in a chair so I could hear if anybody came in because it was so fucking hot in there. It was like 2 degrees shy of shrinky-dink. I thought I was going to die. So I went outside, and she called and reported on that. I tell you what, I'm going to call her ass out on that shit, because Jersey girls ain't as polite as Southern girls. Oh, no, we're not. Mm-mm.
Well, again, I know you don't like the cartoons so much, but I always think whenever you bring up stuff like this, I think of that cutaway on that one cartoon. You ever see it?
Mm-mm.
The character said there's a cutaway, which is essentially a segue that has nothing to do with the characters or the story, right? So what happens is the character says, oh well, men know how to give compliments, not like women do. And so it cuts to 2 women sitting at a table, and and the one woman goes, oh well, it must be incredibly. You're really doing a good job pulling that off, wearing something like that with a frame as large as yours.
Oh, right.
And then the other woman goes, well, that's pretty daring to wear makeup that really makes you look like a transvestite prostitute instead of, but, that's an amazing courage you have. So then it turns to a table with 2 guys sitting there. And the one guy says to the other guy, I like your shirt. And the other guy goes, thanks. And then a little jingle comes on and goes, men, we know how to be friends.
Oh, is that Family Guy?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
And
I have no tolerance for that shit. Yeah. Because you know what? Maybe I'm wrong, but I would prefer to sit with a bunch of men and watch a football game and drink a couple beers, and I'll be happy. Because there is no drama.
Right. I only ever saw that cutaway once, so I'm probably not relating it word for word, but I'm telling you now, that was the gist of it. So.
It's just, I got no time for that shit.
I've got no use for most sporting contests, though. I'm telling you, it's just...
Well, it's just, an analogy.
Although
you want to go fishing? I'll fish with a bunch of guys. I don't care. As long as I'm not sitting there with a circle of women cackling like a bunch of little fucking hens. I have no time for that. Absolutely. How many girlfriends do I have? Can you name one? No. Nope. Because I can't stand it. It's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. Yes, Hopper, have your wife Skype with me, because if she's like me, we'll get along just fine. I think. I have no tolerance for the bullshit. Oh my God, did you see what she wore today to work? Oh my God. Who does she think she... Well, who the fuck cares? Really? I mean, who cares? And is your life that pathetic that you got to sit there and do that? Please, I got no time for that. I was perfectly happy working in my business. They were all men. I was the only woman there. I ran the company for 20 years. And not one time was there ever a problem in 20 years. I've been with this place since September. And look at all the bullshit. And it's all women. Cackling like a bunch of little old lady hens.
Well, in fairness, there's that one guy that is also...
Because he's like a woman.
He's like a woman.
He is. He's like a little girl. He's a little girl. Unbelievable. I can't figure it out. If anybody wants to add to it, you can call in and you can amuse me at 718-717-8296. Let me know what you think about that. I think, who is Joe Price? Yep, most of that crap is learned behavior because they heard their mothers do it, which is why I don't get along with my mother, because she did the same shit.
I kick him squat in the nuts and he'll cry like Nancy Kerrigan.
What happened?
Nothing.
Something about Nancy Kerrigan.
I don't know. Just a recall thing.
What?
Nothing. Just me blowing out things for no reason.
I just find there's more important things to do than that. So if I don't work there anymore since my boss died, I'm telling you what, I'm going to do it right in front of her boss too. Because the other woman that works with me, this woman works with a employment agency. And one of the women I work with gave her resume so they can help her find another job because she doesn't really like where she works either. I get along with her. She's not quite like me.
She's not anything like you from what you
described.
Well, no,
she's not anything like me, but whatever. She thinks I'm like one of the New Jersey housewives, because I'll just tell you how it is. Well, you haven't been up to Jersey yet, because most of us are that way. But
the housewives of Jersey, I hate that.
Well, I'm not that way, but whatever. She, that woman called up the same woman that she called about me and told her, Janet, I shouldn't use her name because she might listen. She just, she gave us a resume to find a new job. And then the woman went to her and said, did you give them a resume? You don't want to work here anymore? First of all, that's supposed to be a professional business, right? Mm-hmm. So it should be confidential.
I don't know what the rules of confidentiality are with a business like that.
I'm going to call her out on that, too. Right in front of her boss. And say, who the hell do you think you are? I'm going to start calling her Captain Tattletale. How about that? That'll work for now until I blow her out when I quit.
Yeah, we'll do anything. That's the thing, though, is that you call people out on their ridiculous behavior, and all the time what they do, generally speaking, is just,
But sometimes you have to call them out on it, because nobody ever does call them out on it, so they think that they're getting away with all kinds of shit. And sometimes it just takes that one person to call out somebody on their bullshit. And you know what? Because I'll turn her around 4 times and sink her to the ground before she even knows what happened. I'll make her cry. And then maybe, just maybe, but it won't matter much because I'll be gone, she'll think about it. Especially if I do it in front of her boss.
Now, the only thing
She may think about it.
The only thing that'll come of that is, oh, what a bitch she is.
I am a bitch. I own it. That's fine. But I think sometimes you need to call people out on their shit.
Okay. One simple, logical question, though, really quick, strategically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to piss off a woman at an employment agency?
Fuck her. I don't need her. I'll find my own goddamn job.
See? I can't even finish my sentence. Thank you. Great. Can I have a cigarette?
Yeah.
All right.
No. Because, there's other people.
No, it's cool.
There's other people
I
that I can
asked
find
the
a job
question.
with.
You anticipated it. You probably should have let me finish asking the question. But...
Oh, well,
okay.
they don't know what you're going to say. I do, because I'm in your head. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
right.
We'll pretend that never happened.
No, it's okay.
Here, rewind it just a little bit.
All right, we'll rewind this really quick. Do you think that it's a sound strategy to piss off a woman who works for an employment agency after you have just recently become unemployed?
My answer to that, strategically, is it don't matter because they're not the only game in town.
Okay, then.
There you go.
Just checking.
Hot damn.
All right.
Dominic's talking about dingleberries. Those things suck. Yeah, we got about 20 minutes left.
20 minutes left and we're down to dingleberries?
Yes, sir. I'm going to swing her from the porch. I'm going to kick her ass all the way down the parking lot. Hey, they don't deal with it. I told you they don't like me because I'm not from here. The big to-do about my tattoos or whatnot. Ooh. I believe one of them saw the thing I wear.
Yeah.
And, I'm a devil worshiper. Oh, my God.
I told you that.
Fuck that.
I told you
You know what? I want to hear it because that's not what it is.
But did I or did I not tell you that a pentacle...
Bullshit. If I got to sit there and listen to all that Christian bullshit...
you know what? And I respectfully listen to a lot of this stuff.
I do too.
I do, and I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either, but you know what? If that's what you believe, I am non-judgmental. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. If you're going to sit there and spew your Christian bullshit to me, and I'm going to be polite, don't fuck with me with what I'm wearing.
It's not going to work. They have no idea that there's any difference.
I'm not in a backward region. We live in North Carolina, but we're originally from New Jersey. So, you have that rough, not really rough, but...
A little bit of a culture shock is all on occasion. We still go through that.
Well, our attitudes are different.
Our attitudes are different. Our habits are different. I mean, there isn't 8,000 coffee shops. Everybody around here isn't high-strung. There's a lot of positives.
Well, yeah, there are positives, but when it comes to...
You don't expect, in every parking lot in our area that you can all of a sudden get into a fist fight, which was a constant problem up in Jersey.
Oh, no, that was fun, though. See, I don't mind confrontation. I don't go looking for it, but I won't back away from it.
No, when it's absolutely unnecessary, though, I mean, I don't know what it is. The past few years, I've just gotten to a point where I throw up my hands and go, is this really what you want to fucking waste your time with? Are you really that suicidal that you need to tangle with me? Seriously?
That's my point, because you don't...
Like, dude...
You don't know me, so don't... Just don't. I might appear to be nice, and I'll say hello, and, restrain my northern way. But you stepping on... No. So we're going to have to handle that.
No, but what I'm saying is that you don't have that high tension like you had up there. You just don't.
No, you don't.
And the weird thing is there's a greater racial animosity.
Where does Schmutzy live? Schmutzy lives in New Jersey.
Schmutzy lives in New Jersey?
Yeah. Curious where you're from. Well, I swore I'd never move back to Jersey. No. Even if I can't stay here, not going back to Jersey. No.
Not enough bang for the buck because it's way too expensive for what you get.
And
you don't get the same culture. You don't get the same... I mean, I kind of miss the shore, and I kind of miss certain things, but it's all nostalgic. It's no longer what it was. You know what I mean?
What? It's not what it was? What do you mean?
New Jersey itself. It's like, I miss what it was, not what it is.
Oh, well, that's
what
true.
I'm saying. It's, there was a music scene there. I mean, I came from like the Asbury Park, Neptune, that area of New Jersey, mainly. I mean, I lived all over the state, but that was, where most of my growing up was done. And
oh, he lives near New Brunswick. He or she, not sure which.
Oh, that's cool. I used to hang out in Jersey City a bit too.
New Brunswick's west, I believe.
Well, yeah, but I think
isn't that off 18?
I think it's the upper part of Monmouth County, or just yeah. But see, that's the thing. I lived in
Morristown,
the central part of Monmouth County. A lot. I mean, mostly on the shore.
Morristown was pretty cool. It had a good
Wait, Morristown
mix.
Or Moorestown?
No, Morris, in Morris County.
Okay.
Up by Madison.
No, I know what you mean. It's just I always got to check.
Parsippany, up that way. What else was up there?
The worst trashing of a hotel room I ever did was in Parsippany, New Jersey, at the Sheraton Tara.
That's where my senior prom was. Was it shitty? Because I didn't go to my senior prom.
No, it was actually kind of a nice hotel.
Oh.
It's just that we totally trashed the room.
Of course you did.
Just because that seemed to be the thing to do. I don't know.
Is that the thing to do?
I thought it was.
The worst hotel I ever stayed in was in Seaside Heights. I was scared to sleep on the bed. I was
That's
gross.
Just an oxymoronic statement right there. I mean, the bad hotel and Seaside go together.
Yeah, kind of.
They just do. I mean,
I was afraid. Ooh!
I've seen.
What was that noise?
That noise was
in my ear.
A message on the Skype is what it was.
That was freaking loud.
So what I would do is...
see who's bothering me?
Real quick, because the show's almost over now.
Oh, 15 minutes to go. Who is this?
What are you doing?
I'm going to the Skype.
All you got to do is click on it.
Oh. Duh. All right.
Okay. Now,
who is that? Oh, there it is again.
There it is again.
Ow, that's loud. That's hurting. Oh. That's hurting my ears.
And there's who it is.
Suzanne Pose. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
There she is. She was supposed to...
Oops. I wonder what she was doing.
Suzanne Posel was supposed to be on the Ochelli Effect tonight.
But there were 2 beeps, and she only sent you 1 message.
Because there's another message from somebody else on there.
Oh. Oh, if anybody wants... I gave the wrong Skype message the other day. I mean, Skype address. It's Kimborina1. Kimborina 1. Number 1.
But that's not what you use to broadcast.
No, it's not. But if anybody wants to just be my friend.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know why we got 2 of them. You got the 2 phone numbers that called. You had Road Dog from the first.
Click on each one.
What?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Where's this? Oh, the lesson. Well, from what I've been told, most women don't know how to properly do, uh-oh. What did I do? Am I still on the air?
Click on Skype.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You're good.
All right.
Oops. Just close the thing.
From what I've been told, and this does not go for all women, because I'm sure it's not the truth, but good percentage of women do not how to perform the act of fellatio. So I figured I could make some money if I taught how to do it.
A broad generalization or a generalization about broads? You decide.
Well, I mean, we could have, like wine and cheese and get them relaxed. It'd be more for, like, younger girls, I think, because they all think they know what they're doing.
Wine and cheese?
Yeah, get them comfortable.
Do you want my commentary on this, or you want to just do it
when I'm done?
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
They get all thinking they're good, and then they get nervous, and they don't do it properly. And if you do it properly, you just know if you do or you don't. So if you get them all relaxed, you can teach them properly. And you know what? Their men will be happy. So I figured, kind of like a Tupperware party. Not quite Tupperware.
They used to have sex toy parties called fuckerware parties.
Yeah, I was invited to one of them. Mm-hmm. I said, honey, I don't need that. Thank you.
So do I insert my commentary here?
Would you like... Oh, they're telling you just might want to shut up.
I might, but see, if I ever did that, you guys wouldn't have a show 3 nights a week.
The fellatio is just one thing, but what I have found in my experience of dealing with women that I don't like in general is I listen to them talk, and some of them, women are dirty. They're gross. I'll admit. I'll own it. And I listen to them talk, and they're all like trying to tell me how they do it, and I'm thinking to myself, no. That's probably why you're not with that man anymore.
Well, 9 out of 10 women are under this terrible delusion that they actually know how to do it. That's the truth.
So you could teach them.
I don't know if you can.
Yes, you can. Well, they need to learn how to loosen their throat muscle.
But this is absolutely true, but there is a problem. And that is that there is an ego attached to this. And there's also quite enough, desperate men that if, you warmed up a grapefruit in a microwave, they'd be thrilled. So the problem is...
Well, imagine how much you'd blow their mind if their girl did it right.
Yeah, but it's called there are connoisseurs and then there are non-connoisseurs. Okay. And some men are like,
wow.
Warm, wet, and female, or at least 2 out of 3, I'm good. Okay. But this is what the problem is that, and a lot of guys, I guess, just don't know to complain, but all right.
Well, I'm thinking, because, you could get like 4 or 5.
But I don't think you'll be able to get them on the ego, because it's like, I already know what I'm doing, I'm good.
Well, see, I'll have a questionnaire. Does this happen? Does this happen? Does this happen? Does this happen? And if you answer, if there's 5 questions and 3 of those answers are no, you don't know what you're doing. So come on, I'll teach you.
Yeah, try and tell a woman she doesn't know what she's doing there.
If you answer the questions honestly.
But tell me, look, truthfully though, won't most women take the attitude of, well, you know what, if it's not good enough, then I just won't do it.
Is it true that Jewish women don't do it? That's what I've always heard.
Being that I have never actually slept with a Jewish woman, I don't know.
I heard that's true. They just, I won't do that.
I've heard that.
I think it's true. Again, I'm not Jewish, so I don't know.
I don't know. The only girlfriend that I had that wouldn't. Let's leave that alone.
Grabbing a handful of hair like a rope and skull fucking.
What?
If she can relax her throat muscles enough, Captain, you can do that.
What was the... I can't see the chat. I can't see, goddammit.
He said, so grabbing a handful of hair like a rope and skull fucking her like a jackhammer, is that a good technique? I said, well, if she can relax her throat enough, you can pretty much do that.
Well, if you handle it like the bridle of a horse and,
it's all good.
A skilled woman, you can, yeah.
Hence, I can start my own business and I can go tell that bitch off on Monday. See? I got it all figured out. Have blowjob parties. What do you think? Good thing we got new couches.
Based on the advice of my counsel, I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it may serve to be self-incriminating.
Huh?
Nothing.
No. No. So I'm thinking that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wine, cheese, and crackers. Get them relaxed.
No, a woman with a throat full of cheese has a slight disadvantage to begin with. So.
Wouldn't be a lot of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
More wine. Got to get them relaxed.
Not too much.
I figured, you know what? $15, couple hours per person.
Oof.
No? Too little?
I'm not questioning your business model here. I'm just... the concept is still...
It could be interesting.
Well, anything could be interesting.
I could go on that program, Shark Tank.
Look, I'm all for you going on Shark Tank.
I need 15... I
need $1.2 million to sell...
for 20% of my company. Which one do you think would take it? That uptight bald dude, I bet you he would.
No, that sounds like, what's his name, owns the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, Cuban?
Yeah, there you go. That might be his business interest.
It's funny. It's funny.
Anybody who's got the balls to be honored to own the, to be happy to own the Dallas Mavericks might be willing to do it.
I could go on up there and tell them I need this kind of money, and I'd have, like, different... Never mind. How fast would I be thrown off of that show? That's a good one.
Whole new meaning. It gives a whole new meaning to the phrase "I'm out."
I'm out. Yeah, I think that uptight bald dude, I don't know, he'd probably drop dead.
Wow. What's our clock say, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. 11:53. Oh, and then my really cool music kicks on.
About
5 minutes? Yeah. Are you going to make me cheese dip?
Whatever you want.
Like Captain's wife?
Well,
but you're my husband, so...
Why am I the wife? Yeah.
Well, you're not... No. I'll make it. We don't have any cheese, though. Or sausage. Or tomatoes. Never mind. It sucks.
See where that goes?
Oh, well. What do you say? Maybe I'll go down to Kangaroo. I'll put up signs for my new business.
Welcome to my life, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's fun, and you know it.
Yeah. So, you want to thank everybody for listening, and your callers and your chatters. Of course I do. And all that
and
good
Hopper's
stuff.
wife is a brave woman. She's probably a lot like me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I read the chat room. Hopper's saying you better make her whatever she wants.
Yeah, well, there you go. Good thing I know how to cook Italian food.
Oh, that's funny.
Tell him I'm an awful cook, right?
I did not say that.
No, but just for the record, how bad of a cook am I?
You're pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
You're a pretty good cook.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So go ahead and...
But I'm a good cook too.
Absolutely.
We had steak tonight. It was good with mushrooms and onions and a baked potato and broccoli.
That's true.
Uh-huh. It was pretty fucking good.
It was.
I thought so.
So.
Oh, well, we got about 2 minutes left. So, everybody that was in the chat room, thank you. And my callers. I had one caller.
No, you had two, didn't you?
No.
No, you had one, I had one.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, thank you to Captain.
I get
confused. And the Road Dog for calling into Chuck's show, which I stormed in and took over. Sorry about that.
That's all right. You know what? And I get confused because this is like 4 hours of radio and, extemporaneous nonsense. So.
Well, see, that's the point of the round table because it's late.
I know, but I really wish that more people would join in.
Well, they do join in. They join in the chat room.
I know, but more voices.
Oh, well, I don't know. What's
posterity.
Why don't people call? Because are they afraid? They shouldn't be afraid of me if that's what they're afraid of.
Nobody's afraid of me either. As Road Dog pointed out earlier, I don't know anything. So.
Well, he left now. He's busy.
There's no intimidation.
But, well, next Saturday is Valentine's Day, so maybe people will be busy.
Maybe.
That night.
Maybe. I got 2 guests on my show that night.
They're not busy.
Dr. Rebecca Carley and
They don't
Leslie,
have
Leslie Carroll
Valentine's.
Bertha.
That's why they're calling in.
But we're hitting the vaccine issue that night.
Oh, that's romantic.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, as it is, and whether anybody realizes it or not, I've been on UCY for just about a year now.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have.
The
Steadily.
15th.
As of the 15th. As of the 14th is the first time I went on the air live. Because I did JJ's show on the 14th. The day before I was supposed to go on. Remember?
Oh, Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing worked. Which was my problem again tonight, thanks. But remember that? I couldn't get the articles that he wanted me to read, nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Like I told you, that wasn't your ship to steer, so.
Yeah, but I tried.
You did. Somebody else's boat to steer. You
ran that bitch right up on the rocks. Mm-hmm. In style, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you're going to do it all out.
Oh, I hope nobody ever finds that show anywhere.
Well, now they're gonna, because you just said it.
Well, yeah, good luck. Good luck finding that. Okay. So, I don't even know if it was preserved. A couple of shows. Well, anyways, thanks everybody for calling in. Thanks everybody for listening. Jaded, this is Kim Ochelli's show, and your final thoughts, Kim?
That you are not responsible for the content of my program.
Chuck Ochelli is
the opinions stated here
is absolutely not responsible for the opinions, ideas, concepts, noises, or otherwise strangeness which does emerge from the Jaded Roundtable on UCY.TV radio. We would like to thank all of our listeners for their tolerance, patience, and indulgence.
And not running away.
Yes.
You're pretty good at that. See, I would have just sat here and said thanks.
See, that's why you keep me here.
Is that why?
That's why you keep me here.
Oh.
Isn't it? While you do your show?
No.
No?
No.
Well, why am I on your show?
Don't make me sound mean.
Why am I on your show?
I'm not mean.
Why am I on your show?
Because you want to be.
Oh.
Because you love me.
There we go.
That's why.
See. So, next week.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll do something special for Valentine's Day.
Talk about more sex. It's Valentine's Day after all.
The sex show.
I'll let y'all know if I started my business.
Oh boy.
There we go. Have a good evening. See you next Saturday. Have a good week.